Let's make it very clear. I don't believe everything I read, and I don't believe everything I hear about Keir Starmer, even from his own mouth. But the tale of Priti Patel, Suella Braverman, and Kemi Badenoch's Home Office, as revealed through the figures yesterday, resembles a tragicomedy, except the audience is Britain and the joke is on us. The joke is wearing thin. These ministers emerged like overzealous school prefects, vowing to crack down on uncontrolled migration while simultaneously managing policies that open the floodgates, or managing policies without managing the Home Office. I've been saying for a long time that the Home Office has been a wreck of a ministry, and that this definitely goes back to Theresa May and possibly goes back to David Blunkett. By 2023, net migration had soared to 906,000, a record-breaking figure that renders their promises not just hollow but laughably contradictory. Priti Patel's tenure was defined by her infamous Rwanda scheme, this plan which was then carried out, which was then pushed forward by Suella Braverman. It's an expensive PR stunt so ill-conceived it couldn't even get a plane off the runway. Meanwhile, Suella Braverman seemed obsessed with small boats, deploying rhetoric so incendiary it could double as kindling for Dover bonfires. Yet, while they thundered about border control, the Home Office quietly expanded visa schemes, including the health and care workers, and encouraged international students, albeit with a side of bureaucratic chaos and back-trafficking on dependents. Now, we need these foreign visas. We need people to come into the UK because Brexit stripped us of the help on which we relied. Enter Kemi Badenoch, who's now tied her leadership credentials to this farcical shipwreck. Her recent acknowledgement, or yesterday, day before, her acknowledgement that the Tories, quote, got it wrong, is less of a mea culpa and more of a desperate attempt to distance herself from the disaster that she saw coming and that she insists that she'll fix with the same broken tools. She couldn't mend. She couldn't mend a drain pipe. She promises caps, tighter borders, fewer benefits for migrants, but like her predecessors, her rhetoric is crumbling against the reality of economic and social demand. For all her talk of earning back trust, the numbers and her party's credibility are on an unstoppable downward slide. Keir Starmer, not one to miss an open goal, called this mess a one-nation experiment in open borders. This isn't open borders. This is a chaotic Home Office. While migration isn't inherently a failure, indeed many industries would collapse without it, the Conservatives' inability to align policy with rhetoric has just been exposed magnificently. They didn't just fail to control migration, they amplified it, all while selling voters the fantasy of Brexit as a silver bullet for border control. The result, a government that paradoxically championed taking back control while appearing to lose all semblance of it. If Priti Patel and Suella Braverman's Home Office was a sitcom, it would be titled Policy and Prejudice, the Great Migration Farce. The punchline, however, is painfully real. Billions wasted on gimmicks, like Rwanda, a care sector yo-yoing from worker shortages to overdependence, and student visa schemes cynically weaponized against universities and migrants and students alike. Meanwhile, Badenoch's posturing about caps and sovereignty feels like a desperate sequel to a film nobody wanted to see in the first place. And I'm not entirely sure that Keir Starmer gets off this one scot-free. I think Keir Starmer comes across as extraordinarily enmired in the sewage that has been churned out by Priti Patel and Suella Braverman. What is needed now is a grown-up debate about the value of migration to our country and the urgency to fill these places which are not filled. They can't be filled by people in the UK because people in the UK aren't trained to fill them and they don't want the jobs anyway. In the long term, yes, train up UK people to fill these jobs in the health service and so on, but that is a 10-year plan. In the meantime, sort out the Home Office. It's a simple solution. It's been staring at us in the face for over 10 years. Sort out the Home Office, and if you can't sort out the Home Office, create an alternative. Clean the Augean stables.